it's been ongoing for the past few years. All right, different movements ba, and now say we be here Ghana kranyama change here with the inception of Common Sense Family, and so people were asking a lot of questions about the religion, the difference between religion and spirituality, and a lot of people were giving in-depth information in why religion is, created through the colonial structure, spirituality is spirit, and so on. And people gave even, Bible verses, and even the Quran, they have, their own version for Islam, right? And so, so you're learning through, watching people reading the Bible and Quran. We want to share, our thoughts by giving an experience and stories that we've heard from people.
Well, me, I don't subscribe to religion. To me, dogma is a farce. Because, religious are dogmas. Like, you have to do this, or you're not a Christian.
So be so that you say, be ebewu, and I say we quite a prophecy, or so that you know who say the bush you need be baby, and that person saw that in a dream. Now what that? And then they woke up the next day or during the week, almost caution Nipan and say, hey, see that we saw and everything. Right. And eventually it happened. I mean, how would you say there's no, spirituality or spirits?
I see what you're saying, but I'm saying the fact that I said you connecting that to some God or some Jesus or some Buddha, that's Allah. That's what my argument is. Right, but what is Christianity? Christianity is based on
Christ
teaching
teachings.
of Christ.
Yes.
Yeah. And according to them, I'm gonna say Christ said he's the only way. So anybody that believe outside of what Christ is saying, he's not a Christian. He's not.
Yeah, but Christ is within every religion. You're creating a way we are seeing.
Christians don't believe that.
Yeah, about also Kash. Welcome to the pod. I go by the name Papa Shanti. You know this. See, believe in God, do good, love your neighbor as yourself. Now, and that episode, you bet you chim in series, different parts, because they are very broad, and also we want to give people the chance if they want to join. You can join online or ube to me. I send it. Whether it's a message, a story, or your own revelation to the Shanti Network on Instagram. Okay, and also say if you want to record an audio, so we can play it on the port. And going forward, while we play or we read your message, we'll give our feedback, advice, opinion, views, right? And then I share knowledge. But I believe more and more outside, and also more and more experience and that conversation and discussion I share under the comment section. So right now, may I encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, the YouTube channel, and also follow us on Instagram, the Shanti Network. Now, this discussion we a very dicey. All right, it's been ongoing for the past few years. All right, different movements ba, and now say we be here Ghana kranyama change here with the inception of Common Sense Family, and so people were asking a lot of questions about the religion, the difference between religion and spirituality. And a lot of people were giving in-depth information in why religion is, created through the colonial structure, spirituality is spirit, and so on. And people gave even, Bible verses, and even the Quran, they have, their own version for Islam, right? And so, so you're learning through, watching people reading the Bible and Quran. We want to share, our thoughts by giving an experience and stories that we've heard from people. What you say? See, without further ado, I'll introduce Rev Kash. Rev Kash, yeah, why in depth kakra or religion and spirituality, which is welcome.
That is it. We give thanks, Nana.
Now, with this topic, I know, say you and I think 2006, cry.
Yeah.
I remember you. This was in school, and you. Now I'm with a group of people near the cafeteria, and now you didn't come on, and you guys were like, "Oh, you could join it." I sorry be, and I was like, "Mo, fala senior man la mo yen." But me also me a Christian, but like based on the lifestyle and everything that I saw, I was like, "Mo be come ba," because now move really say if you're your Pentecost apostolic and all that, Now that group, y'all felt say and bonsamphobia. And then me challenge him, and God being so good, me find it. I mean, it's our organization. So I want you to talk about that a little bit. Like, how was that experience like before you better dive deep into today's topic?
All right, man. Let's chat here for it. Yeah, the friend said, who said Bible cracker said, I forgot the quotation itself was it Yakula na begin Zakula right? Sena Titia de Mai Nipa in Colabim. Who himself suffered here next to God. Sam now very young guy, right? I was around like 16, 17. It's a team to so that time, I think the 2012 crime, 2012 means then you could be banny idea. So to my senti, me di so for chini idea into a sonny a coy, no, me made the soft dear character name. So yes, certain character. The practice in the church near idea. To my sister, so he a corny or banging up, and this can be a pastor, right? So okay, yeah, sanity, something that did you also for me? This place I did.
So basically, I sorry I call any congregation, church, mosque. Yeah. We as the members, also need to look at lifestyle of the leaders. I
mean, if you want to stay in a religious perspective, there, yes, because Bible cries there by the roots you can tell. So they have to live a certain lifestyle. You can't be a pastor and you live in contrary to what the Bible says.
But I also think we are all sinners, right? And us being sinners, they are a pastor, a prophet, an apostle, all the labels, they can also deviate in their course.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I don't subscribe to religion. To me, it's a dogma, it's a fallacy. Because religion is a dogma. It's like you have to do this or you're not a Christian. You have to go to Islamic religion. You got to go to Mecca or you can't go to things like that, right? So it's a dogma. I don't subscribe to religion, right? But I'm saying from the perspective of a Christian, you want your pastor to live a certain lifestyle. You can't tell me say, "Miss me any penty." That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but religion itself. Now, I know you say you don't subscribe to it because Christianity, Islam, and all that, right? I mean, I believe said to me, we are all one people. It depends on how you view it as an individual, right? Because we'll be doing it different. But like, if you see your religion as superior than the other, then you're not following Christ. Because Christ by one may
right, but what is Christianity? Christianity is based on
Christ's
teaching
teachings.
of Christ.
Yes.
Yeah. And according to them, almost say Christ said he's the only way. If anybody believe outside of what Christ is saying, he's not a Christian. He's not.
Yeah, but Christ is within every religion. Christians
don't believe that. Christians
That's
hate
what-
you when you say that.
but that's what I'm saying. Say it depends on who is saying it, right? And that concept, you know, I have a lot of Africans and Ghana for crowd here too. Even within the Christian fraternity, you know, share we call apostolic, we call we see.
Yeah.
So one mama sorry,
Yeah.
would be our corner, and
Yeah.
right here.
Yes, sir.
The thought say we, and I say as an individual you think say your baby ocean is better than the other. No, that's where I see wrong, and I feel like that's driving us away from the growth now we are all looking for as a person or as a nation.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah sure we wrong. Now will be beside assembly. The spiritual excuse me, the spirituality aspect of worship.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you can still include spirituality within religion and outside religion. Right. What is your say or your thoughts on that when it comes to spirituality?
You know, I think that not only didn't come on and Kash said, what is the root word of spirituality and spirit? Right? It means breath, it means essence, right? So to me, because of spirituality, and yeah, the whom be mame, say be a soon be and now whom be sending. It's by you yourself and understanding that within, you are powerful yourself and you are connected with the source. That is spirituality to me. It's nutrition and it's self-awareness.
Of course, I mean, you need some parts to be able to elevate yourself. But spirits, as we call, and angels, as we call the Holy Spirit, it's there. So obi eso dayeka say obi ebewu and I say we quite a prophecy or so that no who say the bush you need be babewu. And that person saw that in a dream. Now what that? And then they woke up the next day or during the week, almost caution nipa and say, hey, see that we saw and everything.
Right.
And eventually it happened. I mean, how would you say there's no, spirituality or spirits?
I see what you're saying, but I'm saying the fact that I said you connecting that to some God or some Jesus or some Buddha, be answer Allah. That's what my argument is.
But then who's driving force behind it pushy the narrative, in the dream? Why this mouse message,
It's yourself. It's self.
But say yourself is you were created in the image of what? God, as they say.
Yes.
I walk Christopher Bible, I walk all the scriptures.
Yes.
Even Gita it's in there.
Yes.
I didn't know that because they knew.
Yeah. And I'm not disputing that said there's no God and that was so. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying the fact that said and there who many people say, hey, spirit be soon be in the idea. Yourself, you are one with the universe. You are one with God. Jesus said it. I am a Father. I one. Right? It's esoteric. It means that you yourself and you are God. You're one with the universe. So if light in the woman the door swine, you're gonna experience these things. You can do soul travel. You can have dreams and see all these things to make it happen.
The preparation to be able to be the spirit that you want to be, going eating good,
Right.
Having a positive mindset, not stressing yourself, always
Energy.
Loving your neighbor as yourself,
right.
and all that.
Magnet.
All right.
Sunlight. Yeah.
Hey, interesting though.
Yeah.
Because it looks like, say, a lot of people from our end, they don't get it. It becomes a struggle, right? Obi to me quite sorry. Obe bomb pie, obe faste, obe to offering, obe good. When you be droop, if you are now we need any spiritual connection. Now I know I was stressed. Oh yeah. And I asked myself, sorry, you getting all these motivational speech from the pastors and everything to motivate you, to inspire you to do good, to love your neighbor as yourself. But when that bed feel far from now any concern TikTok for no. What do you think about that?
I mean, simple. First of all, for you to wake up in the morning, put on, take a shower with chemicals, soap and other chemicals. perfume, lotion, chemicals. I tena saw them, right? You're lighting the woman crowd on. You didn't even your circadian rhythm. You gotta wake up with the sun. Get outside, get sunlight. Right? Now you're activating the sun in you. Your pineal gland is not working. Walking barefooted, right? So now you've charged the body, breath work, oxygen in the air. Now being now you're connecting with source. One year now, what's I saw them, I saw food chicho. The energy inside is already dead. So what energy are you cultivating? There's nothing.
I think the level of stress is also part of it. It plays a role. Right? Once you are stressed in all kinds of ways,
what is causing the stress though, bro?
Juma, the capitalist world right now.
The universe is all mental. The Hermetic principle, right?
Right.
The first principle said the universe is all is mind. If you put your mind to that and then feel and draw that energy to you, you're gonna be stressed. What I'm saying is that Ghana for they have separated the body from the creation or from the universe. And they feel like say, so the demand I say supposed to be preaching channel. While you can connect yourself with the source, so I mean be eliminate yourself. They call the laws of detachment. You detach from that thing, you're not gonna stress, bro.
It's true, and I agree. But it's difficult if you don't have the capacity to do it.
Yeah, or they don't know it.
And I wouldn't even cry now.
Yeah.
Ochna sika ode ba kotua wo bills. I know na wo dwene. It will call sorry no. Empire no say, obi betimi aboa. And Nyankopon beboa. And abako shia a guardian angel bi. What you say? And that's the reason why these practices opekra teaching for man of 24 ontimi nye. And it's a idea. To be honest with you, it's not easy to change. I mean, we've done it before.
Chinese people practice chi, right? They practice tai chi, cultivate energy. Right? You look at the Buddha, right? They meditating, right? Breath work, what do Ghanaians do? Bro, nothing. Bro.
Okay, Hona maybe be a question. So, do you think that discussion or argument on us losing our traditional beliefs and people saying, oh, first ni yegun say there Christo and Muslim by you deviate free her. But even within the traditional beliefs or culture there were some practices and activities be no more what you say like you say that goes against in the Bible and love your neighbor as yourself. What I said, that concept, we use these practices, to create a negative energy around the whole community.
You know what I think? I think
because you talking about fear.
Yeah.
And that fear, I want to start free by.
I want to chime in on that, right? I think the actual practices that our forefathers were practicing probably go way beyond that.
Right.
What we're seeing is there will be here we're trying to teach and I think those are all traditions of men. I think all of those came later. This is my belief. Because we share every journey do Ghana near the it was given to us by slave masters, bro. So for the fact that say fair and ammonia, maybe maybe on the chair and you're refini, me connected. What's my say? That's what I'm thinking. I think says go beyond that. Because it makes no sense why I said practice be a normal. It's like you think about it, right? It's like, bro, does that really make sense? I think it's all traditions of men. People make that.
Right.
I say, baby, I bunyadi.
Yeah.
And the forces say, "Oh, drink quite chance." Yeah, sure.
Right.
So I think people put together that tradition, and generation I follow through.
Right. So in this sense, we are just lost. But then, if we are able to find ourselves, like you said, right, we can live within our means in this life and not be worried about anything.
What's I say? If it's connected with science, it makes sense. I wake up in the morning, get sunlight, it makes sense because I'm getting my vitamin D. I'm making my hormones near there. I wake up in the morning, put my legs on the ground. I'm discharging inflammation near there. It's connected to science. It makes sense. It's research based. Shows that this works. When I'm doing breath work, right, I'm putting oxygen in my body. This works compared to sitting in a church and the pastor preaching and the enemy feeling.
I don't see anything wrong with sitting in the church, right? Because it could be also something that, I'll use myself as an example. If I go to church, right, I put my all in it, in terms of like taking the message and applying the message. And that's my practice. If a prophet prophesied and tells me this and this and that, a third, what I do is me make sure say, be okay, but they compare my life. Man who say, I did not kind me ya na. Now compare, as I said, what is the advantage and disadvantages? What are on? So now me who say, hey, I did not kind say, because why I be a behamia, then I know so okay. It's like an advice, right? But then it's coming through a prophecy. And it could be obedient me argue say, oh, maybe who lifestyle now or they prophesy. What if so who lifestyle? What if you say or buy or be John and the energy connected and the BBR flow here, right? And to me, I feel like say in honor, so called church, so called temple, mosque, say a prophesy, say yes shall come, say a confor shall come, ninya a idea ubetimi a frame. Because if you are able to go to work 9 to 5, near show say you way now to me na what jumano or task no utimi complete ama mumiti deliverables are. And the same applies to life. I team say yana na etu yefo na ye na say ngo ya ye befa say emfa what you say
saying.
And so in this life no I believe say when it comes to religion, spirituality, it's all about giving an ear to what the other is saying. Because if you try to fight it and no and I and then you will not be able to settle with the message. The message or say about 10 commandments. And I could now you know say okay, this I did this and I'm a suffer. I face the consequence because in this life you face the consequence. Regardless of what it is, a bit me about early stage of your life, at your old age, but once you learn to listen to people when it comes to religion and spirituality, me force will be searching china ranebe Christonim, but it be a sembia mekachro ebe mo abetene. Because you might think, say, and also know, say, when I sit with this man, and I'm not many dim komo, na share adwene, na share your knowledge. I feel so calm and I'm relaxed. But what I'm going to say. So therefore, you say, if we are say, adia mi ensa na beti mi ekun, say we accident free wa, adwane a udi, nsu a wonom ne nafofo a wofa. It is our now for they be our muko we are now what will happen? So I send by a also do.
I see what you're saying. But I mean, it's a good submission, right? But what I'm saying is that if you understand, say the universe itself, elements now, that element is in the body, human body as well. The oxygen, the hydrogen, right? I forgot the rest of them, right? So, any university about if you align yourself now, you don't need to go sit in this church because saw them now, who not saw them. But what am I saying? But if you're not connected, yeah, cool. Then you need somebody to, hey, can I bought to you say. So to myself. But if you align and can you know woman does one, soon more being to be around this animal.
Yeah, it's like this example.
Yeah.
They be a nipa no jumping from church way to another church. Yeah. Miracles. Or say they be a software we change. One also on changing in the life.
Change your lifestyle.
So once you are able to connect yourself with the source, by working on yourself,
yes, sir.
You can be beyond hand. I think I concluded what I, the submission now they buy and say, if you are able to understand yourself,
yes, sir.
Say this is who I am. You accept who you are. Things will fall within the circle now. You want to see yourself in. And you're work out. Come on.
You're gonna attract it. What to myself? You're gonna attract all of that, right?
Wow, that's but spirituality, religion, and and the African development. Like once you develop it, you know, call Ghana now no be, and I think say now we need to be like actually Tuesday cry and Crawford sorry, Wednesday sorry, right? And these are working hours, and then I was telling you, say because number one near Juma. That's the first the first point. Number one near Juma. And then number two, obi or where Juma and the way free a drum about better now because of person called Empire man the baby babuchi. Number three, ya di who to you. Stories be Uncle Faka Chem. So one ma this Tuesday one ma you better tono. And you know, say fear, the law of fear, it works perfectly. So my question to you is say, I don't know. We question. I just want to be two viewpoint.
Yeah.
Because I'm on the hard drink.
Yeah. So, we said first of all, I say yeah, share. You know, that's why I love history, right? We gotta look at the Afrocentric thinking and the Eurocentric thinking, right?
Right.
We are seeing blueprints in there, blueprints. Everything is based on what they created, right? That's you know, because the principle of the Hermetic principle,
right.
Universe is mental. Everything is mind. Everything we see here was first thought in somebody's mind,
right?
Brunina Junimono, see any areas in Abeboa, and what creates Libya and affect Africa for. You look at the Afrocentric thinking now, we are more relaxed. We just want to love and, you know, be happy with our family and the idea. We're not eager to build infrastructure and industrialization in the idea. That's not in our thinking. And for us to jump, you know, and you're easy so what's my say? Now it's like we forcing ourselves to compete with the white man. But the white man is way advanced because, you know, that's their logic. That's how they want to, you know, project the world.
That's their foundation.
What's my say? So they built industrialization way back. Almost called moon and nothing Ghana for independence.
Yeah.
1960, whatever. Almost moon. Hey, I find the independence. So how do you compete with these guys, right? And you know, our culture itself, you know, right? We not thinkers like that, right? Not disrespectful. I don't want to be disrespectful. Say we're not thinkers, right? But we're not innovative like the white man.
Right,
man. That's what they want. They want to sell you false hope. They want to sell you luxury. They don't need a medication. Ultimately, the black men too like culture. They like family, right? They like orientation, the idea. And it's like for us to jump from that thinking to the Abuni thinking, no, it's going to take a while, right? But but you see the addition idea, you know, yeah, crossbreeding, you know, yeah, babu chabisuani makakra the Kogana, no. Eventually, things are going to work out, right? But still, not the core foundation, the core principle, and our core thinking, no, it's still the same thing. It's not DNA, bro.
All right. K3, Rev Kash.
Yeah.
Please subscribe to the Shanti Network on YouTube and also Instagram. If you say, oh, any opinion, share, BB train about today's topic now, yes, so comment, now. Also share. Not more, interaction at DOS, what you say. So, and then, now you continue next time. Okay, about so.